dear beloved. At night as you prepare for sleep, close your eyes. Let your breath soften. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out slowly. And as the world fades, allow yourself to become light and weightless. Allow yourself to dissolve into golden light. Your spirit is a golden light. It is a shining ember that travels through the astral planes, re-entering its source. It ascends above the earth, past the clouds, past the atmosphere into the central sun. Its destination is the radiant central sun. Not just the physical star, but the ancient doorway of the mystics. The heart of the solar logos. The central sun that shines through all suns. You approach, not in fear, but in divine remembrance. The sun is not a flame, it is your origin. It is the eternal lamp of the spirit, and the golden gate of abundance. As you cross the outer layers, you pass into the light, a knowing, an illumination. You are now one within the inner sun. Your spirit floats in a realm of endless radiance, a temple of light where ancient sages gather, and where the wisdom of all ages dwells. Here, there is no need to seek abundance, for here, abundance is the breath, the language, the way. The light that surrounds you is intelligent. It is alive. It is made of blessing, wealth, generosity, and giving. And now, you center your spirit deeper, into the very heart of the sun, the central sun, the womb of divine prosperity. Feel yourself become one with this radiant pulse, this inner throne of gold and light. Here, you are not separate from wealth. Here, you are not in lack. Here, you are the radiant one. Now focus your attention. See your third eye open within this golden world. See a vision, your life bathed in divine prosperity. Your hands holding the energy of abundance. Your work as sacred exchange. Your giving as a seed that multiplies. You now breathe in the sun. You breathe in divine radiance. And on the out breath, you shine. Shine this radiance into the space around you, to your family, your clients, your community, to strangers and to friends, to those who hunger for breakthrough. Let your light not be contained. Let your soul be a solar lantern, shining divine financial blessing into the matrix of this world. For you are not just gathering wealth, you are radiating it. As it touches others, it returns to you. As you bless others, you too are blessed. This is the mystery of the ancient sun teachings, that the one who centers in the light becomes the light and shares in all that the light contains. And now, you give thanks. Thank you, Central Sun, for reminding me of my radiant nature. Thank you, Divine Source, for awakening abundance in and through me. Thank you, Holy Flame, for showing me that prosperity is not a pursuit, but a radiance I become. Gently, you begin to return. Descending as light back into the body. Back into the breath. Back into the space you sit in now. But you bring the sun with you. You are now a walking flame of divine abundance. You are the light that gives and receives. And so it is. The solar temple of ancient abundance in the days of Atlantis and Egypt, adepts astral traveled into the sun to receive codes of wealth. Today, you follow their path, your spirit entering the golden radiance of the solar temple. Inside, you are anointed with the abundance of millennia. Shine this legacy into the world, it blesses others as it multiplies for you. The central sun and the golden scroll, you rise through the breath into the central sun, where sacred scrolls of your soul's abundance contract are kept. You place your hand upon the glowing script, and light flows into your being. You return with remembrance, and as you speak abundance, others are lifted into it too. The light of Solomon, the master of wealth and wisdom, dwelled in communion with divine light. Enter the astral light of the sun, and find yourself seated beside him in luminous silence. His light passes to you, not to hoard, but to shine. Let this radiance enter your work, your gifts, and all you share. The son of the prophets in the heart of the sun, the prophets received visions of providence and divine order. Astral travel now into that sacred light. Open your spirit to the vision of a world blessed, where your overflow lifts others. You are a vessel of God's golden economy. The Elohim's fire enter the blazing heart of the sun, where the Elohim dwell in fire. Their tongues speak the language of abundance, and their light holds the vibration of Eden's wealth. As you breathe them in, you are encoded. And when you breathe out, the fire of blessings spreads to the world. The Christ Son, the Son carries the signature of Christ, the light that gives without depletion. Enter this sacred fire. Feel the pulse of divine generosity fill you. Shine it into the poor, the seeking, the faithful. As you give from the sun's center, heaven's wealth flows unendingly through you. The Vedic dawn. In Vedic tradition, Surya is the eye of all truth. Astral journey into this solar eye. Look upon yourself as a radiant being of abundance. As your vision aligns with truth, your reality shifts. What you radiate from the solar eye becomes creation. The alchemy of gold. The alchemists saw the sun as the gold of spirit. Enter the solar core and merge with its purity. The dross of lack melts away. What remains is radiant gold, abundance as light, wealth as vibration. Shine this gold upon others. As they rise, so do you. The chariot of fire. Elijah rose in a chariot of fire. So too does your spirit rise into the solar glory. Within it, you are crowned with flames of purpose and plenty. This crown is not to be hidden, it is a beacon. Those who see your light are invited into it, and the wealth of heaven multiplies. The son of the Shekinah, the feminine presence of God, the Shekinah, resides in the soft fire of the inner Sunday. Enter that light with reverence. Her radiance is nurturing, rich, overflowing. As you merge with her, blessings pour through your hands into all you touch. Your life becomes a divine offering. The Mayan sun disk. The Mayans saw the sun as a living God. Travel into its disk, and see the codes of divine economy etched in light. As you meditate within this sacred wheel, your soul remembers circular abundance. What you give returns. Shine your wealth boldly, and your circle expands. The solar logos of the mystics. The mystics called the sun the logos of the living word. Enter now into the center of the logos, and breathe in the spoken wealth of God. Each breath you exhale is a declaration that forms reality. You shine abundance into the world as divine utterance. The eye of Horus in the sun. The eye that sees all, Horus, rises within the Sunday. Astral travel into this awakened gaze. Through it, see opportunities, resources, and sacred commerce. What you perceive now, you manifest. Your clarity becomes a light for others to walk their path to prosperity. The light of the Bodhisattva sun, the sun of compassion, shines without judgment. Enter it now, and take the vow, may my abundance bless all beings. Within this sacred fire, your heart expands. Your finances become prayers in motion. You share the light, and the universe shares back. The crown of the solar priesthood. In ancient lineages, the solar priests carried the crown of divine wealth. Today, you enter the sun and claim your own. It is not wealth for ego, but wealth as offering. Shine it through your service, your words, your breath. As you bless others, the crown glows brighter. The sun of the ancients. As you close your eyes, feel your spirit rise into the sky, guided by memory older than time. You travel into the great sun, where the ancestors once gathered. Inside its golden heart, you remember their sacred covenant, that abundance is light, and light must be shared. From this sunlit center, you radiate blessings into your world. What you shine forth will return multiplied. The central sun of Lemuria, you drift into the ether and rise toward the central sun known to the Lemurians, the source of divine harmony and wealth. As you merge with this cosmic light, feel your soul attune to its frequency of generosity. From this sacred center, you release rays of financial blessings into the earth, touching others with the same abundance now flowing through you. The radiance of Ra ascend into the blazing throne of Ra, the Egyptian solar deity. Within his light, you are crowned not with gold, but with giving. The wealth of the Nile flows within you. From the seat of this divine radiance, you extend your hands and shine prosperity into your work, your relationships, your future. The sun's rays carry your blessings outward, to others, to the cosmos, and reflect them back to you. The Atlantean sun gate. Through breath and stillness, you approach the sun gate used by the Atlantean priesthood. Step through into the solar sanctuary. Here, wealth is vibrational, and you are its conduit. Centered in this radiant field, you project frequencies of abundance into the fabric of reality. Those around you will feel it, be changed by it, and mirror it back. The Vedic solar light, you chant the inner Om and travel through the sacred breath into Surya's heart. Within the Vedic sun, all things are seen in perfect light. You see your path clearly. You see gold in your words, your ideas, your gifts. From the center of this holy fire, your light becomes shared light, an offering to uplift others into wealth and wholeness. The solar throne of Solomon, you rise into the sun, where King Solomon's spiritual throne still shines in wisdom's fire. Here, abundance is both spiritual and material, sacred and shared. You sit beside his wisdom, and it flows into you. As you return to your world, your thoughts become radiant instructions for prosperity, touching others and building a field of divine increase. The sun of the Essens, the ancient Essens, meditated with the rising sun, drawing its holy light into their breath. You do the same now. As your spirit rises into the sun, your breath carries in the manna of heaven. This radiant nourishment becomes wealth, pure, compassionate, and infinite. You radiate this holy substance outward, blessing the hungry, the searching, and yourself. The solar Christ light, you rise into the eternal sun, where the Christ light dwells beyond form. In this golden sanctuary, you are reminded, divine wealth is not accumulation, but distribution. As you center in the Christ sun, light flows through you, love becomes currency, and sharing becomes your prayer. You shine financial grace to others, and you are sustained in return. The golden eye of Horus. Astral travel now into the solar eye of Horus, where perception becomes creation. From this radiant vision, you see the world as fields of divine potential. As you center within this eye of the sun, you project light into matter, transforming your work, your service, your life into golden offerings. Others receive this light, and their awakening blesses you. The Shekinah within the sun. Enter the quiet, luminous center of the sun, where the Shekinah, the feminine presence of God, dwells in radiance. She wraps you in robes of light spun from divine abundance. As you center in this holy presence, you become a fountain. The blessings you pour out into the world return to you tenfold, for you are giving from the infinite source. The sun and the Bodhisattva vow. You ascend into the heart of the sun, where Bodhisattvas shine their light not for self alone, but for all beings. You take their vow. Your prosperity is no longer personal, it is a shared field. You radiate gold into collective consciousness. The more you give, the more the sun shines through you. The light of the Magi follow the trail of stars into the sun, as the Magi once did. Within its core, you find the flame of divine guidance. You are shown how to turn your talents into gold, your offerings into sacred economy. You shine this guidance into your path and into others. Their success becomes your own, for you are part of the greater light. The sun of the emerald flame in mystic traditions, the central sun burns with an emerald flame of balance and wealth. Travel into it now. Feel its healing frequencies restore your inner flow. As you align, you become a beacon, broadcasting frequency waves of stability and generosity. You shine abundance into chaos, and the world responds with harmony. The temple of the Sun Lords. Within the heart of the Sun exists a temple where radiant beings, Sun Lords, tend to the frequencies of evolution. You enter humbly and are received. They place their hands over your solar plexus, awakening your ability to radiate blessings. You return with their fire within you, ready to transmit prosperity to all you encounter. The cosmic treasury of the sun. You rise into the central sun and find yourself in a celestial vault, not filled with coins, but with light codes of divine abundance. You are offered a gift, a radiant sphere of golden intention. Place it in your heart. Let it glow outward. It will attract resources, relationships, and revelations for you and those around you. You are now a steward of the sun's cosmic wealth. As we astral travel into the sun, we center our spirit in the central sun and the divine light, to shine blessings into the space around us, blessings that are shared with others and ourselves. The ancient sun of the beginning. In the beginning, when light first spoke, the sun burned bright as the first altar. As you close your eyes, return there now. Astral travel into that primeval flame, and feel your soul reborn in its golden cradle. Here, your spirit centers in the source of all giving. Let that light shine through you now, a wave of financial blessings pulsing outward, touching others, touching you. The temple of solar priests. You enter the sun as the solar priests once did, in robes of light, with hearts open wide. They knew abundance was divine reciprocity. In the sacred core of the sun, you take your place beside them. You radiate blessings from this holy center, and as the light touches the world, it returns to you as gold, as grace, as sacred overflow. The Christ flame of the sun. You rise into the radiant light of the Christ sun, where love burns as a luminous wealth. Here, financial abundance flows from compassion, not possession. As you center your being within this Christ flame, you breathe in divine prosperity, and breathe out radiant blessings. What you shine forth, others receive, and you are filled again. The golden Ra of Egypt. You journey into the fire of Ra, the eye of the sun. In his light, wealth was vision, a clear gaze aligned with divine order. You sit now in that throne of light, and from this sacred seat, shine your financial blessings into the lands of your life. Others prosper in your light, and so do you. The Lemurian solar heart ascend into the sun as the Lemurians did, with gentle devotion and crystalline intent. The central sun welcomes you. You float in its soft fire, and your spirit begins to pulse with the rhythm of abundance. You radiate this light into the shared dream. Your blessings illuminate others, and their joy becomes your mirror. The Mayan disk of radiance. Step into the solar disk of the Mayans, where time and wealth flowed in sacred cycles. In the still center, you become the axis of abundance. Every breath sends waves of divine prosperity through your family, your village, your future. The more you give from this center, the more you are circled with return. The Vedic son of Surya. In the language of the Vedas, Surya is the eye of all. You rise into that golden eye. You become one with seeing, and your inner vision clears, your worth, your path, your inheritance. You shine this clarity into others, they awaken, and your abundance flows in kind. The solar teachings of the essence. Like the essence of the desert dawn, you turn toward the sun not for warmth alone, but for wisdom. As you rise within its center, the inner light gives you sacred financial knowing. You speak blessings, sow goodness, and receive the harvest, not alone, but as part of the holy circle of sharing. The Atlantean crystal sun. Enter the central sun through the Atlantean crystalline gate. Here, wealth is frequency, a luminous tone sung from the soul. You align with this radiant chord, and your light becomes a blessing to all who hear. Your finances shift from effort to resonance. You shine, and the field responds. The sun of the Bodhisattva float into the radiant sun where the Bodhisattvas sit, those who vow to share every blessing. You take your place among them, and feel abundance as a wave that must move outward to stay alive. You shine it into every soul, and in that giving, your own light grows. The solar logos of the word in the beginning was the word, and that word was light. You travel into the central sun, where divine language glows like fire. You speak from this place now, with radiant intention. I am abundance. I give. I receive. And the light moves through all, returning to you like sunrise. The fire crown of the prophets rise into the sun where the prophets received their crowns. They wore light as responsibility. You now don the radiant crown of provision, not to dominate, but to distribute. You shine financial blessings through your work, your hands, your presence. And all who receive become mirrors of that giving. The emerald flame of solar healing in the center of the sun. The emerald flame burns, the healing light that restores wholeness and wealth. You step into this temple and place your soul upon the altar. You are renewed. You shine this wealth of wellness into the world, healing scarcity in yourself and others alike. The cosmic bank of the sun. There is a treasury in the central sun, filled not with coin, but codes. You rise into it now. The vault opens through your spirit. You breathe in abundance, not as possession, but as divine circulation. You shine this current into all systems around you. The more you release, the more flows to you. The throne of the light bringers in the solar sanctum, you sit with the light bringers, beings who came not to take, but to give. You are among them now. They place their hands upon your heart. Shine, they whisper. And so you do. Your financial blessings are not separate from your soul. They are its song. And all who hear are blessed, including you. As we astral travel into the sun, we center our spirit within the central sun, and shine divine light as blessings into the space around us, blessings that are shared both with others and ourselves. The solar pilgrimage of the ancients, you rise, as did the ancients, toward the great flaming orb. Your spirit ascends into the golden gate of the sun. Within it, you find a realm of timeless light. Here, wealth is not earned, it is remembered. You center yourself in the divine sun, and as your light expands, abundance flows outward. It touches the world. And in its return, touches you. The Atlantean sun portal. You enter the sunlit portal once known to Atlantean adepts. Here, financial harmony was sung into being. You float within the central sun's crystalline core. It teaches you, to shine is to prosper. You radiate light into all your affairs. And your radiance becomes the wealth you share and receive. The Egyptian throne of Ra. You rise upon the solar bark of Ra, traveling deep into the divine radiance. In the temple of the sun, you take your place on the throne of light. From here, you decree, my blessings shine for all. And so financial abundance flows, not as possession, but divine illumination. The Lemurian ray of oneness. You merge with the Lemurian frequency of sunlit unity. Within the sun's heart, you remember your role, a bearer of radiant blessings. You center your spirit and project abundance outward. Others are uplifted. Their joy becomes your prosperity. The sun disk of the Mayans, you travel through time and light into the golden sun disk. The Mayan priests whisper, give what the sun gives, freely, constantly, endlessly. As you center in the central sun, you feel financial blessing pour through you like rays. And what you shine becomes your eternal return. The solar logos of the mystics, you rise through silence into the realm of the solar logos, the divine ordering principle behind all wealth. You center in this field of light, where giving and receiving are one breath. You radiate divine light into the fabric of creation, and the world reshapes itself in prosperity around you. The Christ Sun of compassionate giving, you merge with the radiant Christ light within the sun. Its flame teaches you, to give is to remain within the kingdom. You shine forth divine financial blessings, not to impress, but to uplift. And the kingdom responds with overflow. The Eye of Horus, in the solar flame you enter the Eye of Horus, glowing in the sun's center. It shows you the hidden flow of prosperity through all things. You focus your attention here, and your spirit becomes aligned with clarity and fortune. The light you radiate brings vision and wealth, to yourself and to all who see through your light. The solar breath of the essence you breathe as the essence once did, facing the rising sun in sacred stillness. Your breath carries you inward, into the soft, radiant center. You shine abundance into the earth like breath into clay. And what you give in light, returns in gold. The Vedic fire of Surya, you ascend into the chariot of Surya, the Vedic sun god, source of dharma and wealth. In his solar temple, you sit in stillness. The light whispers into your heart, shine what you seek. And so you radiate divine prosperity. And your shining becomes the path others follow. The solar crown of the prophets, you rise into the sun where the prophets received divine instruction. In the central light, you receive your crown, not of power, but of purpose. You shine from that purpose, and financial blessings gather around your mission. As you bless others, your own crown gleams brighter. The Bodhisattva, son of sacred wealth, you travel into the golden presence of the Bodhisattvas, those who vow to share all blessings. In the solar center, you make this vow, my abundance shall serve all. And so your finances awaken as an extension of light. You shine to liberate others, and find yourself forever enriched. The Son of the Divine Mother, you rise into the gentle fire of the Divine Mother, dwelling in the sun's innermost light. She cradles your spirit in radiant abundance. From her center, you learn, to shine is to nourish. You offer financial blessings into the world like warm milk, healing, soothing, sustaining all. The emerald flame of abundance, you enter the emerald light in the center of the sun, a healing flame of wealth in balance. Here, all distortion around money dissolves. You become a conduit of sacred circulation. You shine this emerald frequency into space, and peace enters your finances. Others feel it too, and the world breathes easier. The treasury of the central sun, you rise into the golden treasury of the central sun, a storehouse of divine supply, waiting to be shared. You stand within it and center your attention in its stillness. From here, you radiate pure financial blessings into the field of life. They expand in every direction, touching family, friends, nations, and your own future. You are not the owner of this wealth, you are its son. Through astral travel into the sun, we center our spirit within the central sun and the divine light, and from there, shine financial blessings into the space around us, to be shared both with others and ourselves. Each meditation blends ancient symbolism, inner stillness, and divine radiance. The path of the sunwalkers in the ancient mystery schools, initiates known as sunwalkers traveled beyond the veil into the radiant sun. They follow in their footsteps. Let your spirit rise into the central sun and dwell in its eternal center. Here, you are restored to your divine inheritance. Breathe, and shine. Financial blessings pour from you as waves of golden light, touching the earth, touching others, returning to you in sacred balance. The solar temple of Ra. Enter the luminous sanctuary of Ra, the sun god of Egypt. As your spirit enters the solar throne room, your heart centers in radiant truth. In this golden presence, you are not separate from abundance, you are its vessel. Shine your inner light into the field of humanity. As you illuminate others with wealth, vision, and opportunity, Ra's fire lights your own path with divine prosperity. The Lemurian flame of giving travel into the memory of Lemuria, where abundance was shared through pure light. Within the sun's heart, you find that ancient flame still burns. You sit in stillness. You remember how to give from your center. Shine this luminous wealth into the collective dream. What you give, you become. What you radiate, you receive. The Mayan solar disk of cycles float into the golden sun disk seen by the Mayans. They knew abundance as a circle, what goes out returns. You rest in the center of this disk, your spirit aligned. Let your attention focus like the sun itself, unwavering, bright, sovereign. As you shine this spiritual sunlight into the world, the wheel of prosperity turns for you and all. The central sun of the Elohim ascend into the central sun where the Elohim reside in radiant unity. These creators sing wealth into being with intention and love. You join their harmony now. In stillness, your spirit becomes a beam of divine light. From this center, you project waves of golden giving, and the world becomes your mirror. The Essene prayer of the rising sun. As the Essenes once stood in morning reverence, you now face the inner sun within. You astral travel into its warm brilliance, and your soul bows in sacred recognition. Here, you remember, financial abundance is a sacred current, not a possession. You bless others with your light, and the current flows through you, returning brighter than before. The Atlantean Solar Gateway. You pass through the Atlantean Solar Gateway, a geometric vortex of sacred wealth. Within the central sun, you sit in stillness and receive luminous codes of divine economy. You shine them forth from your solar plexus. Others awaken in your light. And as you uplift, you too are uplifted by the very field you activate. The Vedic son of Surya ride the chariot of Surya into the shining sky. You enter the heart of divine order, the solar Dharma. From this sacred flame, you shine focused prosperity into your path. Let your intention glow like sunlight upon the earth. Where your light lands, life blooms. Your financial blessings now become offerings of truth and clarity. The solar logos of the Word. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was light. You rise into the logos, the solar mind of God. You center your spirit in the divine intelligence of the sun. Your thoughts become light forms. Your words become wealth. Shine these sacred words into the space around you. As others rise in your frequency, so does your entire reality. The Bodhisattva son of infinite giving. In the sun's radiant core, you meet the Bodhisattvas, beings who shine for the benefit of all. You enter their golden field. You vow, my prosperity is not mine alone. As you shine abundance into the lives of others, you are filled with the limitless wealth of divine compassion. The eye of Horus. In the inner sun rise into the blazing sun and behold the eye of Horus. This all-seeing eye perceives wealth in its truest form, divine balance. You align your attention with that inner gaze. You radiate precision, focus, and generosity. As you shine this clear solar vision into your world, the path of abundance opens before you and all whom you serve. The crown of the prophets travel into the light that crowned the ancient prophets. In the center of the central sun, you are anointed with radiant purpose. Let your financial blessings become a prophecy of generosity. You are no longer seeking gold, you are the gold. Shine that knowing into the space around you. You bless your people, and your cup overflows. The Divine Mother in the Sun's heart, within the innermost chamber of the Sun dwells the Divine Mother. You meet her in warmth and silence. She places her hands over your solar plexus and whispers, "Shine your nourishment. Give your light." You breathe out radiant abundance, nurturing, soft, pure. It fills others, and it fills you. The emerald solar flame of healing wealth. You rise into the central sun and encounter the emerald flame, the light of healing, renewal, and abundance. It enters your being and clears old scarcity from your field. You now radiate a frequency of sustainable wealth. Let this emerald glow touch the hearts and homes of others. What is healed in them is healed in you. The treasury of the central sun. At last, you come to the treasury, a chamber within the central sun filled with divine potential. You do not take. You remember. You center your spirit in the light of shared supply. From this place, you shine blessings into the grid of life itself. You become a living sun, where all may gather and be nourished. As we astral travel into the sun, we center our spirit within the central sun and the divine light, and from that radiant center, we shine blessings into the world, to be shared with others as well as ourselves. The solar path of the ancients. Breathe deeply. Feel yourself rise like vapor into the sky. The ancient ones once traveled this golden path, to the central sun, the dwelling of light. Enter now the solar heart. Here, you are remembered. You are aligned. From this sacred center, shine financial blessings into the earth. Others receive, and so do you. Abundance flows in radiant return. The Egyptian light of Ra in the great temples of Kemet, the sun was sacred. Ra, the divine sun being, rises in you now. You travel into his light with reverence. Your spirit enters the throne of fire. In this radiant center, you become the giver and the receiver. As you shine golden blessings into space, Ra illuminates your path with prosperity. The Atlantean sun gate beyond time, the priests of Atlantis stood before the solar gate. You stand there now, entering the radiant portal with soul-wide eyes. Inside, the central sun welcomes your attention. You center yourself, you remember the law, what is given in light is multiplied. You shine abundance, and it flows back through the grid of life. The Lemurian song of light. You ascend into the stillness of the sun. Here, the Lemurian elders once sang to the light. Their songs birthed cities, gardens, and wealth. You listen now. You center your spirit in the sun's rhythm. And with your breath, you sing light into your world. Abundance moves through you, blessing all it touches. The Son of the Christ flame travel now into the living light of the Christ Sun. Here, love is currency and giving is power. You dwell in this divine radiance, centering your heart in its flame. You shine financial grace into the field around you, to strangers, family, the unseen. And the love you give returns as provision. The eye of Horus in the inner sun. Enter the eye of Horus, centered deep within the sun. This eye sees divine wealth hidden in form. As you align with its vision, your perception clears. You shine golden insight into your life, and into the lives of others. Your financial blessings are now encoded with clarity, vision, and power. The Mayan golden disk float into the ancient Mayan sun disk. It spins with sacred geometry and divine order. You merge with its center, where abundance flows in radiant cycles. From this axis of light, you shine financial harmony into time and space. The universe answers your rhythm with return. The Vedic chariot of Surya, you ride the golden chariot of Surya across the sky of your soul. The Vedic sun burns with divine intelligence. You enter its flame. There, you center your attention like a jewel in its setting. You shine luminous offerings into your work, your life, your people. And the chariot brings you home in grace. The Bodhisattva sun, within the sun dwell the luminous Bodhisattvas, beings who shine not for themselves, but for all. You enter this sacred radiance. You sit among them. And from this center of compassion, you shine wealth as light. Your financial abundance becomes a blessing to others, and you are blessed beyond measure. The emerald flame of solar healing in the innermost sanctuary of the central sun burns the emerald flame of sacred wealth. You enter this temple, and the light heals all scarcity within you. From this renewal, you shine. You project healing abundance into the world. And the world answers in kind. The crown of the prophets, you rise into the radiant seat of the prophets, where divine light becomes decree. You center your spirit in the sun's will. From this place of clarity, you shine financial prophecy into the earth. What you speak in light becomes. What you bless in others, multiplies in you. The divine treasury of the sun, within the central sun lies a treasury of light, not gold, but frequency. You enter it now, silently. You center yourself in the radiant vault. As you align, the codes of wealth infuse your being. You shine them into the matrix of your world. Abundance becomes a shared symphony. The Shekinah within the solar womb, you travel into the womb of the sun, where the Shekinah, divine presence, waits in luminous stillness. She enfolds you in her radiant peace. Here, you remember, to receive is to share. You breathe out the light of nurturing wealth. It blesses others and circles back to you as divine provision. The solar priests of initiation in the great initiations, solar priests taught that light is the highest currency. You return to this truth now. You enter the central sun, and sit upon the stone of fire. You center in that brilliance. You shine divine light as abundance into the grid of your reality. As others rise in your light, your crown is restored. The inner sun of the word at the core of the sun, the word still lives. The word that shaped stars and souls. You enter that word now, and center your attention on its vibration. I am abundance. I shine abundance. I share abundance. This becomes your frequency. And what you radiate from the central sun is returned to you in divine fulfillment. As we astral travel into the sun, we center our spirit within the central sun and the divine light, and from this sacred center, we shine blessings into the space around us, to be shared with others and ourselves. Each meditation can stand alone or be used in a sequence, drawing from sacred memory, universal mysticism, and light-filled invocation. The solar memory of Lemuria. As you ascend through silence, you enter the memory of Lemuria. The sun was a teacher there, its rays, golden rivers of wisdom and flow. You now astral travel into that same sun. You center within the heart of its ancient light. As your spirit settles, you shine radiant blessings of abundance. These blessings ripple into your life, and into the lives of others. The light of the Atlantean vaults in Atlantis, temples of light received guidance from the central sun. You return to that memory. Your astral body is drawn upward, through starlight, into radiance. You center in the core of the central sun. You focus on the divine blueprint of shared wealth. You shine this blueprint into Earth's grid. Financial blessings unfold like sacred geometry, for your joy, and the joy of all. The Egyptian chamber of solar gold, you pass through the golden gates of Ra's temple. Ancient priests once aligned their hearts to the sun. You follow in their path, your soul lifting into the sun's radiant chamber. Here, you place your attention in divine stillness. You shine golden streams of abundance outward. All receive. All are blessed. And so are you. The Vedic flame of Surya. From the Vedas comes the call of Surya, the sun deity. You respond now with breath and reverence. Your astral form rides the chariot of light into the sun. You arrive at the center where Surya's gaze purifies. You shine divine wealth with loving clarity. All beings receive. The world is lit by your grace, and abundance flows in return. The Mayan Solar Codex. Deep in the memory of the earth lies the Mayan Sun Codex. Its symbols are living rays of wealth and harmony. You enter the central sun, guided by the wisdom of the ancients. You place your attention like a crystal at the sun's core. You radiate blessings of balance and provision. These codes find their way into others, and into your own field of manifestation. The Christ light in the sun. You breathe into stillness and ascend into the Christic sun. This is not only fire, it is forgiveness, compassion, abundance. You center your being within the radiance of the living light. You shine provision from the frequency of love. This blessing knows no separation. You give, and you receive. Others rise in your light, and so do you. The tree of life within the sun. In mystical vision, the tree of life grows in the heart of the sun. You travel to it now, each breath lifting you upward. You sit beneath its branches in sacred stillness. Your spirit rests, your mind aligns. From this place, you radiate fruitful abundance into all spheres. Every blessing you give returns through the branches. The light scrolls of the essence once meditated upon the rising sun, receiving scrolls of light into their consciousness. You do so now, traveling astrally into the central sun. You place your awareness upon the inner altar. You shine words of abundance encoded with light. Your prayers bless the fabric of life itself. And as you sow light, you harvest peace and provision. The Tibetan solar bell. High above the earth, in the etheric Himalayas, a solar bell rings. You follow its sound into the sun. You center yourself in its resonant flame. From here, you shine vibrations of shared abundance, vibrations that ripple into hearts, lands, timelines. These tones bring harmony, prosperity, and grace. You are the ringer and the receiver. The inner sun of the emerald tablets. The ancient emerald tablets speak of the inner sun. You seek it now, not in the sky, but in the spirit. You travel inward and upward into the solar realm. You find the divine center and place your focus there. From this point, you shine light encoded with wealth and wisdom. What you give to others returns with multiplied clarity. The Gnostic flame of the eons. From Gnostic tradition comes the knowing. The sun is a living eon, a divine intelligence that reflects the fullness. You ascend into this brilliance. You center your spirit in sacred attention. You shine abundance into the illusion of lack. All are touched by this flame, and you become the giver and the gifted. The solar mirror of the Magdalene. Mary Magdalene saw in the sun the mirror of divine union. You see it now. You ascend gently into the solar presence. You align with the frequency of holy wholeness. From that center, you shine the truth of sufficiency, that there is enough for all. As you bless others, radiant gold returns to your hands. The seraphic fire of the thrones. You rise into the celestial fire, where the thrones of heaven dwell around the central sun. Here, you do not burn, you shine. You center your attention with the clarity of angels. You send forth radiant abundance, encoded with divine benevolence. This fire blesses nations and nest eggs alike. the Sufi dance of the solar heart, the mystic whirls in remembrance. You, too, rise in that rhythm, spinning inward into the sun. You find stillness within movement, the heart of light within your being. You shine the wealth of the beloved into the world. Others drink from this radiance, and your cup is never empty. The divine treasury of the inner sun, within the sun lies a treasury not made by hands. You enter this vault through light body ascent. You center your spirit at the axis of its peace. You radiate sacred abundance into the shared field of humanity. Others receive as you do. And the sun records it all in divine reciprocity. The solar pilgrimage of ancient Egypt, inhale the golden light of Ra. Feel your soul rise like the phoenix through the sky. You astral travel into the living sun, where the priests once offered their breath. You center your spirit within its core, glowing with divine balance. Now shine this light into the earth, abundance for the villages, the traders, and the temples. You are the giver and the receiver of this wealth. Lemurian crystal sun meditation. Return to the age when Lemurians walked with the sun in their hearts. Feel yourself drawn upward, passing through crystal light into the central sun. You center your spirit here, where love is currency and harmony is wealth. Now radiate this remembrance to the earth below, every ray a stream of shared prosperity. You awaken the ancient flow. You are part of it. The Atlantean sun gate. Breathe deeply and step through the sun gate of Atlantis. This portal of fire opens to the central sun beyond time. You astral travel into its sacred silence. Within the solar core, you find your attention sharpening like gold. You now beam radiant frequencies into your life and those around you. Gold flows like water, blessed and shed. The Vedic journey of Surya. Surya, radiant sun god of the Vedas, calls you upward. Through breath and reverence, your astral body enters his divine chariot. You arrive at the central sun, the heart of cosmic wealth. With your spirit centered, you radiate offerings of financial grace. Abundance moves through mantra, movement, and intention, and it returns to you, multiplied. The Hebrew light of Shemesh. The sun, Shemesh, is more than fire, it is a messenger. You follow the path of the prophets upward. Your astral form enters the heavenly sun, where the spirit of YHWH pours infinite light. You center yourself, and as you shine, abundance ripples outward. This divine provision is shared with the stranger and the friend alike. Solar meditation of the essence meditated upon the rising sun each morning. Now you join them. You ascend into the radiant temple of light, where the sun is an angel of divine wealth. You place your spirit at the center and focus your light inward. Then outward, shining food, healing, and money into your world. Peace and prosperity bloom together. The Gnostic radiance of the pleroma. The Gnostics knew the sun as part of the divine pleroma, the fullness from which all flows. You rise through light, breathing into the central sun. You center your soul in the light of the eons. And now, you shine luminous rivers of shared wealth into the fabric of reality. What is sent forth in truth returns tenfold. Sufi spinning in the sun of oneness. The Sufi dervish spins, heart open to the divine light. You, too, spin in stillness, ascending into the golden sun of unity. Within this radiant wholeness, you are centered in love. You shine wealth not for possession, but for communion. Every coin, every gift is infused with blessing. And you, too, are blessed. The Mayan solar code. The Mayans built their temples to align with the sun. Now, you align your spirit with the central sun, entering through the glyphs of light in your soul. You center within the core, where divine intelligence encodes abundance. You radiate this light code into your community. The field receives, and the harvest returns. The light scrolls of the Dead Sea Scrolls speak of light as law and wealth. You enter into the solar realm of that hidden wisdom. Your astral body rises into the sun's vault. There you focus, still and receptive. You shine abundance written in divine ink into the world. Your name is among the blessed. Christ light in the solar temple. Christ is the light, and the light shines through the sun. You rise on wings of breath into the solar temple of divine sonship. You center your spirit in this sanctuary. As you do, abundance flows from your being like healing oil. The world is made whole, your neighbor is blessed, and so are you. The Kabbalistic sun sphere Tifereth in the tree of life, Tifereth glows like the sun. You ascend the inner tree and arrive in this radiant sphere. You place your soul at its center, becoming the harmonizer, the giver of balance and light. From here, you shine sacred wealth, measured in gold and grace, into the world of form and soul alike. The Tibetan sun bell meditation. A golden bell rings in the etheric Himalayas. You hear its sound and ascend through the note. Within the sun's vast stillness, you place your spirit at rest. From this enlightened seat, you shine financial blessings to all sentient beings. Generosity flows, merit grows, and you receive as you give. The Magdalene solar mirror. Mary Magdalene gazed upon the sun and saw her soul reflected. You now gaze inward and upward, rising into the central sun where divine feminine light dances. You center in sacred stillness, and from here you shine wealth with compassion. It spreads in ripples, clothing the poor, inspiring the entrepreneur, and warming your own house with peace. The emerald sun of the emerald tablets speak of the inner sun as truth and power. You rise now into that emerald flame, guided by Thatha's wisdom. You center your attention within the green gold fire of the central sun. Here, financial blessings are not earned, but remembered. You shine them forth now, effortless, joyfully. They touch the earth, and the earth responds in kind. The son of Ra, the breath of eternal gold. As you breathe slowly, rise in spirit through the rays of Ra, the ancient Egyptian sun god. Ascend above the horizon and travel into the golden body of the sun. There, within its radiant core, you anchor your spirit in divine intelligence. Now shine your attention outward. Light flows into the world as gold, food, and fruitful exchange. You are a beacon of shared wealth, touching all with the sacred breath of prosperity. Into the heart of the central sun close your eyes and breathe into the timeless space of light. Let your astral form rise past the visible sun into the central sun, the source of all suns. Within its white gold brilliance, you center your spirit, dissolved in infinite light. From this eternal stillness, you radiate blessings of financial healing and elevation. All receive what they need, and you, too, are replenished by the overflow. The solar flame of the essence. You are seated upon the earth as the essence were, eyes turned toward dawn. Now, let your soul rise into the morning sun, where the angels of light reside. Within the sun, your spirit finds its temple. You shine from this sacred center. Peace, provision, and radiant financial ease beam outward. This light finds homes, communities, and hearts in need, and blesses you in return. The sun disk of Lemuria. Travel back into the memory of Lemuria. You ascend through breath, through feeling, until you reach the sun disk above. Enter it with reverence. Center your soul in its harmonic field. Now, release your light into the earth, a symphony of wealth, kindness, and divine compensation. What you shine uplifts all, and cycles back into your hands. The Christ light within the solar temple. You rise through the breath of spirit into the inner temple of the sun. Here, in this Christ light, you center your attention in stillness. The flame of divine love opens in your chest. You shine radiant provision outward, to the poor, to the seeker, to the world. And as you give, so shall it be given unto you, pressed down, overflowing. The Atlantean Sun Gate Meditation. Visualize yourself stepping through the ancient Sun Gate of Atlantis. Your astral body glides into the sun's plasma. Here, time dissolves, and truth is currency. You center your spirit in this frequency of divine order. Now, project golden wealth into the earth matrix. It flows into communities, systems, and your own being. Sufi flight into the light of oneness with each breath, spiral into the light like a dervish in devotion. Rise beyond this world into the glowing heart of the sun. Here, you center your spirit in the burning unity of the beloved. Now, shine blessings of divine abundance through your heart to the world. This light blesses beggar and merchant alike, and fills your soul with joy. The solar chakra and divine commerce. Place your hand on your solar plexus. Feel it pulse with the solar flame of divine will. Now let your astral body rise through this flame into the sun itself. Anchor your spirit at its center. Shine forth financial blessings encoded with wisdom, fairness, and reciprocity. Your generosity expands the field of shared wealth, and blesses you deeply. The Kabbalistic son of Tifereth. Climb the tree of life in your inner vision. Reach Tifereth, the Sephirah of the sun. Here you enter the solar temple of beauty, harmony, and balance. You center your spirit here, aligned with divine wealth. From this point, radiate golden provision, mutual exchange, and sacred success. You are the vessel of holy abundance. The Mayan solar portal. Imagine the Mayan temples built to greet the rising sun. Now you, too, rise through the ancient portal into the solar flame. Within the sun, your spirit centers in pure vibration. You begin to beam codes of abundance, reaching people across space and time. Your wealth becomes a blessing to earth, and earth returns the blessing. The light of Shemesh and the prophets Shemesh, the Hebrew sun, is a light of divine justice and blessing. You rise on its radiance into the heavenly realm. Your spirit is centered in the luminous presence of the Most High. Now you shine divine provision into the world, to widows, workers, and wanderers alike. What you shine comes back as righteousness and reward. The Vedic solar chariot. Mount the chariot of Surya, the sun god. Let your breath take you upward, astral body glowing. Within the sun, you settle in sacred alignment. From this chariot, you release wealth not as possession, but as dharma, right action. You bless all paths with prosperity, and yours is blessed by the law of balance. The pleroma and the Gnostic light ascend in vision to the pleroma, the fullness of divine light. Within the sun, the eons of abundance sing their song. You center your spirit in their sacred harmony. Now radiate this melody into the world. Money, opportunity, generosity, and grace become one. What flows outward lifts the collective, and enriches your journey. The solar bell of Tibet. Imagine a golden bell suspended in the sun. As you rise into the light, you hear its pure tone. Center your being within the solar bell. Its sound becomes your frequency, one of clarity, purity, and wealth. Shine this frequency into the world like song. It nourishes all, and returns as radiant fortune. The Son of infinite supply. At the beginning of all things, the Sun was spoken into being. You now return to that primal word, the source of all supply. Travel into the central Sunday. Feel its timeless peace. Center your spirit there. Let all desire dissolve into devotion. Now shine the light of infinite supply into every dimension. All you need flows to you, and all you give flows on, blessed. The golden dawn of Ra in the sacred breath, rise beyond the horizon into the golden body of Ra, the ancient Egyptian sun god. Let your spirit merge with the solar disk above the temples of Heliopolis. Here, wealth is not taken, it is revealed as divine radiance. Shine from this place, blessing the Nile of your life and the lives of others with rivers of provision. The solar throne of Solomon ascend through prayer and silence into the throne of light where Solomon sought wisdom. There, within the solar seat of illumination, financial wisdom becomes as sunlight, abundant, warm, and shared freely. From this throne, let your light go forth, to prosper your home and your neighbors, with peace, fairness, and gold of the Spirit. The chariot of Ezekiel through the wheels within wheels, your astral body rises in the storm of divine light. You are carried into the midst of the fiery sun, where visions burn. Here, center your being in God's flame. From this vision, shine a new economy of justice and grace, let it flow outward to all who hunger for healing wealth. The Essene light of the morning sun, imagine yourself with the ancient essence, facing east in reverent silence. As the first light appears, your spirit lifts into the heart of the rising sun. There, in divine union, you become a source of radiant giving. Shine that purity into the earth and into the systems that hold wealth, transform them, bless them, sanctify them. Temple light of Zoroaster, from the sacred fire of Ahura Mazda, your soul lifts into the sunlit flame. In Zoroastrian tradition, wealth is a reflection of divine order and righteous action. Align your attention within the heart of the central Sunday, shine forth golden order, so all receive what is fair, needed, and sacred, including you. The Atlantean solar crystal, deep in memory, see the crystal towers of Atlantis receiving solar light. Let your soul ascend into that same solar stream. In the center of the central sun, you anchor your attention. Shine crystalline rays of wealth, coded with harmony, truth, and creativity. This light blesses business, trade, and creation, flowing back into your hands. The Aztec solar pyramid meditation, climb in spirit the steps of the great solar temple. At the peak, your essence is taken by light and drawn into the sun. There, you offer your consciousness to divine order. The sun returns your devotion as blessings of abundance, shared with your people, your village, your path. The Hebrew Sun of Righteousness, Malachi, speaks of a sun of righteousness with healing in its wings. Ascend through sacred breath into that solar wing. Here, you center your spirit in divine justice and radiant care. Let your financial blessings radiate like healing light, flowing into families, cities, and the hands of those forgotten. The Vedic sun, Surya's blessing, in the chariot of Surya, you rise beyond the earth. In Vedic tradition, Surya bestows health, wealth, and spiritual clarity. You rest now in the golden center of the sun. From here, shine light into karma, dharma, and economy. Let your abundance serve a righteous path and flow back in kind. The inner light of Christ within the sun, ascend into the living light of the risen Christ. He shines now as the sun of the world, eternal and bright. Within that radiance, center your soul. From this holy light, pour out blessings of provision, healing, and overflow. You are not separate, you are one with the light that gives without measure. The Mayan central sun, Hunabku, your soul lifts into the galactic center, the Mayan Hunabku. Here lies the source of cycles, time, and abundance. You center your attention in this cosmic intelligence. Now shine fractals of wealth, encoded with time-honored harmony. They ripple into all tribes of earth, and return to you in rightful time. The sun disk of Lemuria float in astral form above the waters of Lemuria. A great sun disk opens above the temple. You ascend into it and center within its heart. Now shine golden energy into today's world, to nourish technology with spirit, and finance with compassion. The Buddhist solar emptiness in breath, become as light. The self dissolves into the radiance of the sun, not absence, but luminous fullness. In this great emptiness, you center your attention. Now let blessings of wealth and merit shine forth, without attachment, without fear, returning to you as freely as you gave. The solar bell of Tibet, a golden bell, rings in the solar temple above the clouds. You rise into that space of sound and light. Center within the tone of divine generosity. Now shine that vibration into form, prosperity in its purest frequency, benefiting all who hear its silent note. The Son of the beginning, in the beginning was the Word. Now let the Word carry you into the Sun, the first creation. You center your being in the Alpha light, where all supply begins. Speak light into the world. Shine abundance like creation itself. What is shared returns to you tenfold, as it was always meant to. In ancient Egypt, the sun god Ra, also spelled Re, manifested as the falcon-headed deity crowned with a radiant solar disk, stood at the very heart of creation, light, and cosmic order. He was worshipped as the supreme creator who brought forth life from primordial darkness, and sailed each day on his celestial bark across the sky, defeating chaos, Apophis, by night and rising anew at dawn, a divine symbol of rebirth and renewal. Ra as living radiance. To contemplate Ra is to feel your own inner light awaken. Ra is not merely an external sun, but a luminous essence within each soul. When his golden rays touch the earth, they bestow warmth, growth, clarity, and, symbolically, shining blessings in our lives. Just as the Egyptians believed Ra made all things grow and brought life to the world, so can the sun inspire vitality within us. Cycle of death and rebirth. The sun's daily journey mirrors our own spiritual cycles. As Ra descends into the underworld each dusk and is reborn at dawn, so we endure endings and new beginnings. Within this cycle lies wisdom. Endings are gateways to transformation. Let each sunset teach release, each sunrise, renewal and possibility. Symbols, prayers, and amulets. Egyptians wore sun disk amulets, used incense like frankincense and myrrh, and offered gold or sunflower petals in Ra's temple rituals to align with his divine power and receive blessings of protection, health, and regeneration. Hail Ra, who rises in his horizon. The mighty God, the Lord of eternity. Praised be Ra, the Creator, the Life-Giver, who bestows light and vitality upon all living beings. Egypt mythology +5 Reddit +5 Reddit +5 Spiritual practice and devotion. To invoke Ra in contemplation, begin with sun salutation, sunrise meditation, or visualization of golden light filling your heart. Offer flowers or incense, frankincense, marigold, in gratitude. Recite an invocation such as the ancient prayer to Ra from the tomb of Shephenmut. O Ra, you God of life. All men live when you shine. The earth rejoices when it sees your golden rays. These acts of devotion ground us in connection with Ra's life-giving force. Shining blessings in daily life. Light of clarity, draw upon Ra's light to illumine your mind, see truths more clearly, dissolve shadows within. Warmth of joy, let the warmth of the sun nourish your spirit, invite ease, optimism, and blossoming. Sit quietly at dawn. Let the first light dance across your skin. Breathe deeply and silently affirm, O Ra, divine sun, may your brilliance fill my heart. May your rays shine blessings upon my path. As you rise, so may I awaken in purpose, bringing light to dark corners within and without. Hold this in your heart as the light grows stronger, and with it, your connection to the source of all life. Ra is more than ancient myth. He is the eternal symbol of transformation, order, and illumination. In our contemplations, offerings, and inner rituals, he invites us to embrace both the cycles of darkness and the promise of light. As Ra rises each morning to bless the world with his warmth, may we too rise, carrying his shining blessings into every moment, every breath, and every unfolding step of our sacred journey. In the sacred cosmology of ancient Kemet, what we now call Egypt, the sun was not merely a celestial body, but the visible face of the divine. Ra, the sun god, was the first light, the eternal observer, and the eye that sees all. Rising each day in radiant power, Ra journeyed across the sky as both witness and creator, his light nourishing the world and maintaining the sacred order known as Ma'at. But Ra's presence was more than physical, it was mystical, spiritual, and profoundly energetic. The sun and the law of divine attention in mystical truth, it has always been known, where attention goes, energy flows. To the ancient Egyptians, this was not merely philosophy, it was divine physics. When we center our gaze, breath, and awareness on the sun, on Ra, we are not simply looking toward the heavens. We are aligning our consciousness with the central light of being, the radiant source from which all form, motion, and blessing arise. Ra was said to be the Shining One, who created the world by speaking light into the darkness of none, the primordial waters. His eye, often represented as the Eye of Ra, was not just sight, but will, intent, and focus. Wherever Ra turned his eye, life followed. So too it is with us, wherever we turn our inner eye, our attention, our energy awakens. In modern times, we are easily pulled outward, distracted, divided, scattered. But the sun remains a fixed axis, unwavering. When we center our awareness upon it, not as object, but as symbol, we return to a state of stillness and power. To meditate on the sun is to reclaim the creative faculty of attention. We become like Ra, moving not in chaos, but in divine order. As we turn our attention to the sun, distractions dissolve in the brilliance of focused light. Inner shadows are illuminated, false beliefs, anxieties, illusions. Our will and energy unify, like rays converging at a single point. In doing so, we no longer leak our power outward, we shine it, intentionally. The central sun and the inner temple mystics speak not only of the outer sun, but of the central sun, the spiritual source of all suns, the divine intelligence that breathes light into creation. This sun is within us, too, shining in the temple of the heart and in the solar plexus, our center of divine will. When we meditate on the outer sun, we are not worshipping an object. We are remembering a truth, we are rays of that same divine radiance. As our attention enters the sun enters us. And something miraculous happens, the energy we once scattered in distraction now becomes blessing, focused, warm, intentional. It begins to pour through us, radiating outward. Shining blessings into the world. The sun does not shine for itself, it shines for all. Likewise, when we return to our source through contemplative focus, we become channels for blessings, our thoughts become offerings, infused with light. Our presence becomes a sanctuary, glowing with clarity. Our words carry solar seeds, of encouragement, vision, and peace. The more we attune to this divine light, the more we become it. In this state, our energy flows not only inward, for personal alignment, but outward, sharing healing, warmth, and inspiration with others. We are the blessing. We are the light. We are the ones Ra shines through. At dawn, face the rising sun. Place your hand over your solar plexus. Breathe deeply. With each breath, say silently, where my attention goes, divine light flows. I center myself in the light of Ra, and blessings shine through me into the world. Feel the warmth not only above, but within. Let it radiate through your spine, into your hands, into the space around you. Imagine the light shining through your eyes, your voice, and your actions. You are not merely basking in the light. You are now co-creating with it. Ra, the sun, the I, the word, is not only a deity of the past. Ra is the eternal symbol of how divine light enters form, how spirit enters matter, how attention creates reality. By choosing where we place our awareness, on light, on life, on the divine, we become conduits of that same order and brilliance. Our energy becomes focused, and that focus becomes blessing. In honoring the sun, we do not worship the sky, but remember who we are, radiant beings of divine fire, blessing the world wherever our light touches. So shine. And let others shine in your glow. In the ancient temples of Kemet, the priests and priestesses did not merely watch the sun rise, they entered it with their souls. They called upon Ra, the radiant sun god, not as an abstract force but as the eternal eye of divine consciousness, the creator who speaks light into being, and the central current of cosmic order. To contemplate Ra was not just to worship, it was to journey. To focus upon the sun was to travel into it. This was not metaphor. This was soul travel, spirit flight, a sacred pilgrimage through attention, will, and light. Where attention goes, the soul flows. The ancient mystics knew what sages across time have echoed: where attention goes, energy flows. But more than that, where attention goes, we go. In deep contemplation, when our awareness centers on the sun, not merely the physical orb, but the living essence behind it, our consciousness begins to ascend, to spiral inward and upward into its blazing heart. As our focus deepens, our soul unhooks from distraction and density. We begin to soul travel into the sun, crossing thresholds of light that lead not into heat, but into clarity, intelligence, and divine presence. To soul travel into Ra is to return to source. It is to step beyond time and form and re-enter the womb of divine radiance from which all was born. Ra, the central sun, and the divine light within. In Egyptian cosmology, Ra was more than a sun god, he was the central sun of all reality, the axis of creation. He sailed across the sky by day, and journeyed through the duat, the spirit world, by night, carrying souls through darkness into rebirth. When we travel into the sun, we enter this same current. We become like Ra's companions, soul pilgrims on the bark of fire, moving through levels of light, dissolving illusion, receiving codes of remembrance. At the center of the sun lies what mystics call the central sun, a spiritual dimension beyond stars, the womb of divine intelligence. This is the light behind all lights, the flame that burns without consuming. And when our soul enters this light, we are not burned, we are awakened. We remember that we too are made of that light. In this journey inward, something profound occurs. As our attention anchors within the sun, as our spirit aligns with the divine light, we begin to radiate, not only inward, but outward. Just as Ra illuminated the earth by his passage, so do we become shining ones, emitting blessings. These blessings are not just words or actions. They are the frequency of divine attention, the field of light that moves through us and alters the world around us. Wherever we walk, we bring warmth. Wherever we speak, we bring light. Wherever we focus, we plant seeds of radiance in the soil of reality. And these blessings are not only for others, they return to us, like the rays of the sun reflecting on golden water. Find stillness. Sit with spine straight, heart open. Visualize the sun before you, not only in the sky, but as a golden gateway. As you breathe, feel your soul lifting, rising into the center of the sun. Whisper silently, O Ra, Eye of the Divine, I enter your light, I travel in your flame. Where my attention goes, my soul flows. Shine through me, bless through me, awaken through me. Rest in the presence. Let your consciousness float in that brilliance. Then, gently return, bringing with you the radiant energy, and let it shine into your surroundings, with love, calm, and blessing. The sun rises each day, but not only above. It rises within. And as we learn to place our attention within that divine light, we travel inward, into the eternal fire, the all-seeing eye of Ra, the consciousness that created the cosmos. This is not fantasy, it is the ancient work of the soul. The work of remembering we are not separate. That we are made of the same light that shines on all life. When we focus, we travel. When we travel, we awaken. And when we awaken, we shine, not for ourselves alone, but for the world. So enter the sun, soul first. Let your attention be your chariot, your will the flame, and your presence the blessing that returns light to the earth, as Ra did, and as you were born to do. In the ancient lands of Kemet, where the Nile flowed like a mirror of the celestial river, the priests and sages gazed into the sun not just with their eyes, but with their souls. The sun was not merely a celestial body, it was Ra, the source of life, the eye of divine will, and the radiant gateway between the seen and unseen worlds. Ra was the one who rose each morning from the sacred horizon, his golden bark gliding across the sky. But his journey was also our own. For to the ancients, the sun was not only a deity, it was a pathway, a portal, a place of return. There is a hidden truth the wise have always known: where attention goes, energy flows. But deeper still, where attention goes, the soul follows. When you turn your attention to the sun, not just the light in the sky, but the living intelligence behind it, your energy begins to move upward and inward. Your awareness becomes a vessel, your soul a traveler, and your attention a beam of light leading you into the very heart of the divine. To center your spirit in the sun is to enter a temple not made by hands. It is to journey into the central sun, the spiritual heart behind all stars, the luminous source from which all creation arises. Close your eyes. Feel the light pressing gently against your skin. Now imagine, your soul begins to rise, softly, silently, drawn like a spark toward the golden brilliance above. This is not imagination. This is remembrance. As you soul travel into the sun, you are not moving toward fire, but toward divine light. This light does not burn, it awakens. It welcomes you into its center, into its stillness, into its eternal presence. Here, within the heart of Ra, the central sun, all is silent, luminous, and alive. There are no distractions. There is only clarity, consciousness, and love. You are centered. You are whole. You are light. Becoming the blessing, radiating from the center in the sun's heart, something sacred occurs. Your energy, once scattered in thought and noise, becomes focused. Your attention, once tethered to the external, now anchors in divine radiance. From this sacred center, you begin to shine. You become a vessel not only of light, but of blessings, not just for yourself, but for the world around you. Your thoughts bless the spaces they touch. Your presence uplifts the atmosphere around you. Your gaze carries the warmth of sacred fire. As you radiate this solar essence, others are drawn to it, not to you, but to the light through you. You become a spiritual sun, a microcosm of Ra, whose energy is given freely, abundantly, joyfully. This is not about effort. It is about alignment. About allowing the light you've entered to flow through your being. Sit in silence, either beneath the physical sun or with the inner vision of it before you. Breathe deeply, drawing your awareness upward. Visualize the sun as a radiant doorway of divine presence. Whisper within, where my attention goes, my spirit flows. I travel into the sun, I center in the light. I become a blessing, and I shine for all. Let your soul rise, and in the silence, feel the warmth enter your heart, your breath, your thoughts. As you return, bring the light with you. Let it shine in your words, your actions, your very being. To soul travel into the sun is to return home. It is to remember the source of all life and to reawaken the radiance within. In the wisdom of Ra, the ancients taught not only of worship, but of becoming. Of turning the gaze inward, upward, and beyond, until you no longer sought light, because you were light. So when you focus your attention, let it be a sacred act. Let it be a bridge to the divine. And as you return from the sun's center, shine, not just for your own path, but for all who dwell in your light. You are the radiant one. You are the soul that journeys. You are the blessing shed. In the sacred traditions of ancient Kemet, what we now call Egypt, the sun was the crown jewel of heaven, and Ra, the solar deity, was not only the source of light but the giver of all life and wealth. Crops grew by his warmth, gold gleamed in his reflection, and kings ruled under his gaze. Ra was not merely the light of day, he was the living current of divine order, abundance, and prosperity. But the mystics of the Nile knew a secret deeper than sunlight: the wealth of the world begins in the unseen. And Ra's truest treasury was not gold, it was the light of the divine. Where attention flows, abundance grows in spiritual truth. Attention is currency. Wherever we place it, we invest our energy. And what we invest in, grows. When our attention is scattered in fear, scarcity, or distraction, our energy is depleted and fragmented. But when we lift our awareness into the light of the divine, we realign with the source of all abundance, not just physical, but spiritual, emotional, and financial. To astral travel into the sun is to move beyond earthly striving and into the vibration of pure provision. It is to bypass limitation and enter the luminous storehouses of the universe, where wealth is light, and light manifests into form. Astral travel into the sun, the journey into divine abundance. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Visualize the sun above not as fire, but as a living portal, a radiant gate of golden consciousness. With intention, allow your astral body to rise gently. You feel light, unburdened, guided by a current of love. You ascend into the heart of the sun, not to be consumed, but to be clothed in glory. Within the sun, you find not burning, but brilliance. Not heat, but harmony. You are surrounded by light that thinks, remembers, and blesses. This is the central sun, the hidden source, the spiritual treasury from which all blessings flow. And as you center your spirit in this light, you realize, you are the vessel through which abundance shines. As your spirit settles into the central sun, you begin to radiate. This is no longer personal. It is universal. You are aligned with the source of all wealth, and you are a distributor of its grace. You begin to shine financial blessings into the space around you, not only as ideas or hopes, but as energetic blueprints that ripple through time and matter. Your attention activates opportunities. Your energy attracts solutions and supporters. Your spirit emits the frequency of abundance, drawing form into function. And this light, this wealth, is not reserved only for you. It flows outward, to family, community, clients, strangers, and kindred spirits. You bless by presence. You uplift by radiance. You prosper in rhythm with others. In stillness, place one hand on your solar plexus, the other on your heart. Visualize the sun above your crown, blazing, vast, alive. Say silently, I travel into the sun. I center my spirit in the central sun. I dwell in divine light. I shine blessings of abundance to myself, to others, and into the world. Feel golden light pouring through you, radiating into your bank accounts, your work, your relationships, and your environment. End by giving thanks, and allow inspired action to follow. The ancients honored Ra not only with temples, but with attention. They understood that the greatest treasure was not what they held in their hands, but what they aligned with in the heavens and the heart. To travel into the sun is to return to the source. To center in the central sun is to receive divine provision. To radiate light from that center is to become a living blessing of abundance in a world that thirsts for truth, healing, and provision. Let your attention rise. Let your spirit shine. And let your life, and the lives of others, be enriched by the radiance you now carry. You are not chasing abundance. You are becoming the sun through which it flows.